Hi, thank you so much for watching Shots with Katherine. Today I wanted to talk about 3 pieces of cinematographer advice that you did not learn in film school.
Welcome to Shots with Katherine.
Today's quote of the day, show me the money. You got me, I have no idea what that's from. I've been working on set for about 7 years now, and there's a lot of things that I've just picked up from my years of working on set that I wish I had known a lot sooner, that I think would have really helped me out earlier on in my career. So, without further ado, 3 pieces of advice that you did not learn in film school. Number 1, as a cinematographer, whenever possible, light your space instead of just lighting for a certain moment. And this isn't something that you can do in every space. It's always a good practice to try and figure out at least several components of your setup that you can set up for a scene and just never have to move it. And that means that you will have minimal adjustments to do in between setups. Yes, you'll definitely need to adjust things for close-ups, wides, etc., but usually that's just minor tweaking as opposed to moving around the entire setup. And this definitely saves you time because then you don't have to be taking down and moving around all of your lighting and your rigging as much from shot to shot. Number 2, talk to the editor ahead of time if you can. A long time ago, I worked on a project where the producer brought in the editor to meet with me and the director and go over the shot list before we started shooting. And this is so helpful because all of us are thinking about how to bring the story to life in different ways. I'm thinking about the look of the world, the director is thinking about the performances, and then the editor is thinking about how it's all going to cut together. And a good editor can look at your shot list and tell you things that, as a DP or a director, we might have missed. Little things that we might be missing that could make it easier for the editor to cut it together. I've had editors say, oh, can you just get me, this shot? Or can you give me an extra insert of this? Little things that the director and I might not have thought of or might not have realized we needed, but that a good editor will spot and tell you to get. If I show my shot list to the editor and the editor tells me, yep, this looks good, you're good to go, then I can feel really good about the project and know that it's going to cut together well. Number 3, make friends with the first assistant director. So, as you probably know, the first assistant director is the one in charge of scheduling, organizing, and making sure on set that everybody stays on track and that you make your day and you don't go over. The cinematographer and the first AD are definitely the 2 people with the most responsibility for making sure that everything goes according to schedule and that everything happens on time. As a cinematographer, I want to get all my shots, and the first AD wants to make sure that we finish on time. It's so important that we be a cohesive team. I want the first AD to make their day. The first AD wants me to get all my shots. So, of course, we need to be working together, and we have to have a good dynamic. We have to have a good working relationship. We have to be a team. We can't be butting heads or arguing or not on the same page. I have a friend who's an AD who told me about this one shoot that she worked on. So at one point, they were shooting at this house location, and the DP asked if they could remove a door from its hinges for a shot. And my friend, the AD, said no. I mean, this is taking a lot of factors into consideration, like time, effort, and more. But the DP was just thinking about getting a cool shot. So after my friend, the AD, said no, the DP instead went to the location manager, and they said yes. And so the DP just went and removed the door anyway. This, among a bunch of other factors, definitely contributed to why they did not make their day and they ended up going overtime that day. And the DP definitely overstepped their boundaries in this situation because aside from throwing off the schedule, it just meant that my friend, the AD, didn't really trust the DP. So as a result, since she didn't trust the DP, she felt like she had to watch the DP more closely, which also just contributed to tension and just not the greatest working dynamic on set. What I like to do is just, if I can, either meet with or give the AD a call just one-on-one before we shoot. Just get to know them a little bit, talk to them about their working style, about my working style, and then just discuss anything that we're concerned about in terms of time on set. And really just get to know each other a little bit beforehand. Building a good rapport with the AD in advance definitely helps make sure that sets run smoothly because we feel like we can trust each other. We feel like we're a team before we've even gotten on set. And as a result, that shapes the mood for the entire day. I found that sets where I either already know the AD or have had the chance to connect with them before the shoot always tend to run better. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them below or send me a DM. And thank you for watching Shots with Katherine.